Gemini en Gmail. Inteligencia artificial. Simplifica tu WordPress con Gemini.
Buenas tardes, damas y caballeros. Continuamos con la actividad de la segunda edición de la Copa Mundial Juvenil de Béisbol 5 de la Confederación Mundial de Béisbol y Softball desde el Parque La Loma en Tepic, México. Representando al equipo de Venezuela, los jugadores titulares son, con el número 18, Alexander Manuel Gamboa Gómez. Con el número 14, Ricardo José Salazar Caridad. Con el número 7, Denismar Porteles Rojas. María Victoria Mesa Montilla con el 23. Y Jesús Enrique Navarro Briceño. Quienes completan el roster oficial de Venezuela con el 4, Dayerlin Norbelis Moreno Ascanio. Deiker Manuel González Jiménez con el 5. Y ellos dirigidos por Niobaldo Benjamín Zorrilla Suárez, el head coach. Representando al equipo de Japón, los jugadores titulares son, con el número 5, Shogo Hirano. Con el número 4, Koko Tanio. Con el número 6, Yudai Oshi. Con el número 18, Sorato Kesuka. Y con el número 10, Mashiro Iruta. Quienes completan el seleccionado japonés con el 0, Yuna Sueiro. 7 para Aika Morimoto. Y con el 16, Keitaro Iwamura. Con su coach, Ayako Rokaku. Y manager, Taichi Motoike. Y ahora nos complace presentar a los oficiales de este partido. En el home plate, Caridad Tai Quiñones Pedroso de Cuba. En primera base, Rubén Baena de México. En segunda base, Francisco López de Venezuela. En tercera base, José Rogelio Olivas Martínez de México. Y finalmente, en tabla de México, Alfredo Rivera. Ahora, damas y caballeros, de manera lo más respetuosa posible, vamos a entonar el himno de la selección de Venezuela. Ahora escucharemos el himno de la selección de Japón. Muchas gracias. Ahora disfrutemos de este gran duelo entre las selecciones de Venezuela y Japón.
Good afternoon and hello everyone, live from Nayarit, the 2025 edition of the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. And we are very much excited to bring it to you. The action of the second ever edition of this tournament, an exciting sport. Obviously, this had picked up very, very quickly. This is the fourth overall Baseball 5 tournament, 2 senior cups, and of course the 1 Youth Baseball World Cup before this one. I'm Tony Alvarez with you on the call, live on our YouTube channel, the WBSC's YouTube channel, and we are in for a very interesting game. Venezuela and Japan, of course, 2 of the top teams in their respective areas. As we take a quick look at the world rankings, of course, Japan, the number 2 Baseball 5 ranked team in the world. Venezuela, number 7, 3rd overall in the Americas area. And we are in for a thrilling game, of course. Japan, earlier today, they already played a game. They beat a very, very good team from Turkey. Actually, Turkey won the first set 5-0, but Japan came storming back to win the second one 7-6, and the third and decisive set 5-4 for Venezuela. They got a win on the table, if you will, after Fiji did not came to play. Some issues there, and of course they forfeit their matches So Venezuela earned the W. And here tonight, it will try and make it 2-0. It's 4:10 p.m. local time, and we are underway here in this matchup from a Group C stage. And here we go. Alexander Gamboa, the first player to step in the batter's box for Venezuela, and he is retired for the out. So quick put out to start the game. Ricardo Salazar coming to bat now for Venezuela. And of course, Jesus Navarro now on deck for Venezuela, the top three hitters in this team. Two bouncer there, the strong throw to first, barehanded over there by Coco Tahiro, but he could not beat the runner. So that's going to be an infield hit, if you will, a single, a hit. And that is the first hit of the game. Venezuela trying to score early and often. Here is Navarro with a runner at first. To third, looking for a double play, but the ball gets away over there at second. So a couple of runners on here for Venezuela and only one away. Maria Mesa coming to bat now for this team that has a lot of upside, of course. Venezuela, very, very much talented in their group, the way they develop their players. And well, what can we say about Japan? Taking a funny bounce there, and now Venezuela has the bases loaded with only one away. Tough play there for the Japan defense, and now is Denis Porteles for Venezuela with a big spot here. To first, bobbled, no chance, and a run will score. Venezuela takes the lead. Salazar scoring. And now Gamboa once again to bat. As you take a look there at the camera. And what is exactly what the batter sees. Boy, that bounce just before the wall, stepping on the back. There's one, but another run will score here. So Navarro scores. That's an out. Everyone else advances a base, and here is Ricardo Salazar for Venezuela. Second time up, singled and scored already. As you can take a look there, what happens on the screen. A couple of bounces after that one, it goes now out of play, so that's a base. So another run in. That has been quick. Venezuela quickly on top. Already with 3 runs in. Navarro back inside the batter's box. Thank you for joining us on the YouTube channel of the WBSC. So glad you're with us to experience this fun-paced game. The force out, no, save. So another run is in for Venezuela. And now Maria Mesa to bat. We are live from Nayarit, Mexico. Right here in Tepic. Just good piece of hitting there by Venezuela, and another run will score. Quickly 5 up, this Venezuela team. And now, Denis Porteles for a second time to bat. 2 away, but 5 runs in already. Tough one there, but they get the out at first. And that is the inning, but 10 come to bat, and 5 runs are in here in the first. 5 up then for Venezuela. For this Japan team, Shoro Hiramo will be the leadoff hitter. Kokotanyo will come second. And Yudai Hoshi, the first 3 up for Japan here in the bottom of the first, already down 5 runs. Down the third base line, tough play for Jesus Navarro. So now Hirano on base, the first base runner of the game for this Japan team. Two-hopper deflected and 2 runners on. Quickly Japan answering the call after allowing 5 runs in the first. Here in the bottom half of the inning, looking for a few runs to climb themselves back into this one. Hoshi with the contact, and he is out at first, but the runners do advance. So runners at second and third, and only 1 away here for Japan. Sorato Keska coming to bat. Nice roller all the way to the wall, and a run is in. So another hit in the game. Japan is on the board and still 2-1 with only 1 away. So both teams already showing their offensive display. That one cannot be caught. The flip to second and is safe. So Daniel scores. Keska to second. Hurta to first. And here comes Sirano once again. Quickly, the faithful in the stands with the support. You can listen to them loud and clear. Up the middle, nice job there. They get the out at second. So that's a second out. Nice play there. As we saw a diving play over there by Salazar. Here's Coco Otani. Dive. The throw to first. Save, says the umpire. So another run comes in. We have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. It's 5-2. Hoshi now. And that is it. But a 3-run first for Japan, and we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a look at what Venezuela does to answer this, but even though they held the lead after an inning, Japan answered quick. On to the second. Now, safe, says the ump. To start here the inning for Gamboa. And once again, a big opportunity here with 2 on. Jesus Navarro now to bat. Taking advantage of the wall there to get the out at first. That's a smart play by the fielder there for Japan. So 1 away. The runners do advance though. And here comes now Maria Mesa. Maria with a strong contact, but stepping on the back there and getting the out. Smart play there by Cocotanio. A run does score though. So 1 back here for Venezuela, 6-3. Denismar Porteles to bat. Tough play there at third, but the strong throw. Nice job after juggling that one, Keska. But they get the out. So another run for Venezuela, but just the one. Still a manageable game here for Japan as they try to come back. Down 3 runs here in the bottom of the second. It's the first set, and we expect this one to be very, very close. 2 talented teams. Oh so quick, oh so fast. They handle the ball well with their hands. So we expect a lot of talent being showed from both of these sides here, as we've seen early on. 2 hops, the throw to first, save. That was a good play by Gamboa, just a bit late on the throw. So Sorato Keska starts the second inning with a single. Here's Mashiro Hiruta. Mashiro, one of the 2 girls on the field for Japan, and that ball starts bouncing in foul ground, therefore that's an out. And here is Shoro Hirano. Hirano with the runner at first, down by 3 Japan. Boy, did he double him up? No, but that was close. A liner caught beautifully there by Denismar Portales. So Hirano's out, staying at first is Keska, and here comes Cocotanio. Leadoff single by Keska, but that's all to show for the throw to first. Bobbled, saved the runner, and now everyone takes an extra base. So a runner at third, a runner at second. And 2 away. Big spot here for Hoshi. A bouncer near the bag, and he is out. They leave 2 stranded onto the 3rd inning. This ball game still 6-3. So here we go to the 3rd inning. Venezuela with a important 3-run lead here to start their on-field participation in the tournament. Of course, they already won a game on the table over there, diving for the ball. Sorato Keska, but he could not hold on, so that's going to be single there for Alexander Gamboa to start things here in the 3rd. Now, some time called here, as we now have the manager Taichi Motoike having a conversation with the home plate official Caridad Quiñones, and also with the table official Francisco Rivera, just to make sure. But as it stands, we have a runner at first to start here the 3rd. It's a 6-3 Venezuela lead. Japan in their 2nd game of the day. They beat Turkey. They use their gray uniforms, their gray shirts, here using their navy and red tops with navy shorts. And Venezuela today in their white shorts and, of course, their blue and yellow shorts. So here is Ricardo Salazar. Top of the 3rd, 6-3 Venezuela looking for more. Could not be caught there by Keska, and it seems that it hit him in the face. Ouch. He seems to be okay, but another runner on here for Venezuela. And a sportsmanship there. Great job there by Ricardo Salazar, just going over there and checking on Keska and stretching his hand. Navarro now with a ground ball. No play at first, and the bases are loaded now. The bases are loaded for Venezuela. Looking for more runs. Nobody out here, and there's nowhere to put him. Maria Mesa to bat. Maria taking her time, and here is the contact. Flip to first, they get an out, but another run scores here. As Alexander Gamboa scores. Maria Mesa's retired. The two other runners advance a base, and here is Derismar Porteles. A bouncer, the throw to first, and could not be picked up. One run is in. Navarro staying at third, so Salazar scores. Navarro at third. Boy, Japan suffering a bit here in this one. We saw this in the opening set against Turkey, but they came back to win it. Gamboa, that ball hit the base runner, excuse me. So that's an out. And the batter will stay at first base. So Navarro's out. Gamboa reaches. And here comes Ricardo Salazar. Salazar with a runner at third and a runner at first. On a hop taken, and of course the force out at second completes the inning. But damage done again by Venezuela. Two more runs, and it's 8-3, the ball game. Here comes Japan now in their home side of the third. Sorato Keisuke. The ball just got away from Gamboa, and Gamboa, as he tried to keep the runner at first by pretending that he had the ball, that did not help. A very, very smart play by Keisuke. He saw that the ball squirted a bit, and then he just sprinted to second base. So a runner at second to start the third here for Japan, down 5. Slow roller to first. That is foul, so that's an automatic out. So Mashiro Iruta is retired. And here's Shoro Hirano. As you can take a look there at the field. Here's Hirano. Taken there up the middle, but just bobbled. Now the ball gets away. A run will score. And the runner will go all the way to third as it gets away behind the wall. Wow. So Hirano reaches. Keisuke scores. It's 8-4 and only one away here with a runner at second for Japan. And now we're going to have a timeout here. Timeout called by Venezuela. Neowaldo Zorrilla, the manager for this team, taking a breather as he talks to his players right there on the court. We are in field 2 here inside Parque La Loma. It's the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. All the action live for free on the WBSC's YouTube channel. So tell a friend, call a neighbor. It's time to watch some exciting Baseball 5. Caught by Gamboa, nobody moves. That's an out, that's a big, big out. And here comes Soshi. Two away, but a runner in scoring position for Hoshi. Japan down 4. A roller, the throw to first, it gets away, a run will score. And going to second is Hoshi. It's 8-5 now. Sorato Keiska singled and scored earlier in this inning. Ground ball, oh, that's a tough play, but that's going to be an out. Well, applying the tag there. So out is Hoshi. Of course, reaching on fielder's choice is Keiska, and that is the inning. But 2 runs here for Japan in the third. Boy, we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. It's 8-5 heading into the fourth. Quick turnaround now as Jesus Navarro comes to bat for Venezuela. Navarro off the hop on the wall, could not be taken there by Japan. So to start the inning, a runner on for Venezuela. Maria Mesa with the support of the faithful here. That is caught on a line drive. Amazing play over there at first base and stepping on the back for the out. It's Morimoto. She came into the game, and that's a double play. Now that ball ricochets off Keiska's hands. And how big is that double play now? Wow, what a play. So only a runner at first with 2 away instead of maybe having a couple of runners on with no outs. Gamboa to bat. Off the wall, no play there. It's kind of tough to actually get ahead of yourself when there's a ball heading towards the wall after a hop or two, because you just don't know how fast the ball will bounce off of it. So you don't know if you're going to have an advantage to maybe try and flip it to second or get a fast throw to first. And now another situation like the one we just saw. So all of a sudden, after a big double play, the bases are loaded for Venezuela. And here comes Navarro. Everyone watching all around the world getting a good look of the youth baseball 5. The flip, and the ball gets away, so another run will score. Tack on one more for Venezuela. It's 9-5 now. Reaching Navarro, and here comes Maria Mesa. Maria taking her time in a big spot, trying to increase that lead for Venezuela. That ball did bounce, and just impossible for the fielder there. Another run will come crossing the plate. So 2 more here. The tag was applied, yes. So Navarro's out, but it seems that another run scored. So we will confirm that in a second, just to make sure. But that should be 11 on the scoreboard. So we will double check it in a moment for you. And now a big out to start the fourth, the bottom half, as Mashiro Hiruta is retired. Boy, Venezuela's looking good here early on. So as we've told you, 3 runs in the fourth for Venezuela. It's a big 11-5 lead. Shoro Hirano now. Here for Japan. Some time is called here. It's the table official Francisco Riberas taking a look there. Remember, still a lot of action to come. You can tune in right now as well on our YouTube channel. You can grab all the action live. Korea and Kenya, that game just started. So you can watch both of these games on your screen. Just open up another window and you can catch all the action of the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup here. Live from Nayarit, Mexico, the 2025 edition, the second ever Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. Boy, everyone's excited about this. As Cuba started off on the right foot, the defending world champions, the only team to capture every Baseball 5 tournament at the senior level and at the youth level, a couple of those at the senior level. As we will now see what this is about, as everyone is taking a look there at the officials table. In the meantime, we can tell you that the upcoming games for tonight will feature, of course, Spain and Cuba. That's going to be a fun one, so stick around. Tunisia and Lithuania, and of course, the last game of the day, Syria and Mexico. Mexico coming back to beat Lithuania, and Syria dropping a tough one against Tunisia. So be sure to stick around with us. Here now, it seems that we're going to have a quick review of the score as conversation continues there. In the meantime, we will let you know that, of course, this is the second edition of the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup, the first one being played 2 years ago in Turkey, in Ankara. As we said, Cuba won the title. They beat France for the gold medal. Mexico won bronze. Of course, the sport, Baseball 5, that started back in 2017, little by little has gained a lot of popularity around the globe. And of course, for everyone to be interested, a lot had to do with the fact that the WBSC started to create all these tournaments, and finally that Senior World Cup back in 2022 in Mexico City, the first ever Senior World Cup for the Baseball 5 community, and it was won by Cuba. And 2 years later in Hong Kong, Cuba once again lifted the trophy. They are the #1 team in the world rankings for Baseball 5. Japan here playing at the youth level, the #2 team in the world, and France, they are the #3 team. We expect a lot from them. France, we have to say though that they lost badly their first matchup against Chinese Taipei, 14-4 and 12-6 in straight sets. In the meantime, for that Chinese Taipei team, they beat Puerto Rico in their first matchup, so they are at 1-1 already. Every team playing a couple of games today, except of course for the teams that had to play Fiji. Sadly, they could not make it to the tournament, so all of those games were forfeited. And that is why Venezuela has won their first game on the table, and here playing their actual first game on field against Japan. They are looking very, very good so far as we are here in the bottom of the fourth, as the officials are still taking a look at something there on the table. As it stands here in the bottom half of the fourth inning, is Venezuela leading 11-5. It's such a pleasure to be with you. Tony Alvarez on the call here from Field 2. Craig Durham over there at Field 1. We are just a few steps away from each other, and you can catch all the action, all the games here from beautiful beautiful Tepic, Nayarit. With a beautiful venue in Parque La Loma. Just a great job by the WBSC and its partners putting together this event. A great crowd earlier for the Mexico game. Same expected for later on tonight. And of course for this game also. Considering that, yes, we are right at the middle of the week. Just past 4:30 local time, PM, of course. You see right there on the top left hand of your screen, that grandstand is just full. So the crowd in hand, they are enjoying themselves. And we expect more tonight and more as the tournament advances. Here in Tepic, of course, let's remember that the Premier 12 was played last year, the first round of the group that involved also Guadalajara and Tepic. Of course, those games being played at the Coloso del Pacifico Stadium. So Tepic, little by little, appearing in the international stage for baseball and, of course, Baseball 5. In a couple of years, the 2027 edition of the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup will be played in 2027, and of course next year the Senior World Cup. So it's gonna be fun. Everyone is excited for this sport. Of course, if you're just joining us for the first time, some rule tweaks comparing it to conventional baseball, if you will. A smaller field. There are no home runs here, of course, not over the fence home runs. We might see a few inside the park home runs at times. But every pitch matters. Of course, with the batters putting the ball in play themselves, as they hit the ball barehanded, it's either an out or a base runner that has reached, because the ball, if it hits first foul ground, it's an automatic out. And of course, if the ball bounces between the lines, you have a chance to reach first base, or of course for the defense to try and avoid any further damage. So 11-5 to score as we resume play, bottom of the fourth inning here. And Shoro Hirano, with nobody on, will try to create something for Japan here in the first set. We play best of 3 sets, 5 innings per set. That ball straight to the wall. That's another thing you have to keep in mind. That is an out by rule. The ball has to bounce and play, and of course it has to go further than the no-hit zone that's drawn right after home plate. Gamboa taking that one on a line drive, in a 1-2-3 inning. Japan is in trouble as we head now to the 5th. Venezuela 3 outs away from a first set victory, as they will have to look for another set, of course, to complete the win. This game from out of Group C, as now Japan takes the field. And here is Alexander Gamboa. Salazar on deck, as now the Japan coaching staff there in Taichi Motoike has a word with the table official just to make sure. And here we go. Gamboa, no chance there for Keshka. So a runner at first. So Gamboa reaches on a single, and here is Ricardo Salazar. Venezuela looking for some more insurance runs here in the 5th. On a bounce, tough play, the flip to second. Do they get the out? No. Off the bag. And they did apply the tag, so now Gamboa is retired. Salazar at first, and here is Navarro to bat, 1 away. Navarro looking for a ball that would go straight down the line, but it bounced and foul ground. So that's going to be an automatic out, and here is Maria Mesa. Quickly 2 away here. The umpire there, the home plate official, Caridad Quiñones, just checking that everyone is where they're supposed to be. And just a small touch softly to throw to first, but she stepped on the line right there out of the batter's box, so that's an automatic out. So retired, it's Mesa, and we go now to the bottom of the 5th. Here comes Judai Hoshi. So Hoshi trying to create a comeback here in the first set. Line drive could not be caught, and the ball did not hit the wall first. So here the first base runner for Japan in the 5th. After being retired in order in the 4th, this is huge to try and mount a comeback here in the last at bat. 11-5 to score. That one's caught by Navarro. Nice job there. Hoshi can't move from first, and here comes Mashiro Hiruta. As we said, both of these teams with 3 boys on the field, 2 girls, players between 14 and 18 years old here in the Youth Baseball World Cup. Stepping on first base, what a play there by Porteles. So that's an out. Retired Hiruta, and Hoshi now moving to second. Hirano to bat. The 6th time up for Shoro Hirano. With a runner in scoring position but 2 away. Venezuela trying to seal the deal here in the set. That ball's going to bounce around for a while. They're not going to even take a look at that runner that ended up at home plate. So Hoshi scores. There's really no reason to move that runner from first with a throw to home plate. So Hirano reaches, a run scores. It's 11-5. Venezuela is more worried about that final out. And they will get it here on the flip. No, there's nobody at second. The ball gets away, and Japan is still alive in this set. Unbelievable. Coco Tanio just hit a soft line drive. Over there was Gonzalez as he came into the game. He did not have a chance to reach that ball cleanly. Then just flipped it to second, expecting someone there, but nobody was there. Ground ball, Navarro to first. Save. Another run is in for Japan. Okay, now it's getting interesting. So Hirano scores. And now Tanio is at third base. Hoshi reaches and advances to second. And another run is in here for Japan. So 2 runs, it's a 4-run ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. Okay, interesting. The tying runs on deck. Line drive caught, and that's the set. Great job there by Maria Mesa. And that is the set. 2 runs for Japan. But that is not enough. 11-7, the victory here in the first set. So Venezuela takes control of this ball game. They're looking for another win. Both of these teams at 1-0. As the ball there, you can see the players for Japan just stretching and warming up against the wall, just trying to play with the wall. Let's remember that if there's a runner on base, or even when a player sprinting on the first base line, there's a good chance that they might have a play after a ball that's hit either of a bounce or a couple of bounces off the wall. They grab it on the rebound, and then the strong throw to first, and that is a chance for them to get an out. So that is very important in a very quick and fast-paced game here. A quick look at what's going on elsewhere here besides us on field 1. Kenya has taken a 7-1 lead in the first set over Korea, so that's something to keep an eye on. Korea, they dropped their match against Spain. They lost the first set 10-0. Korea came storming back to win the second set 9-2, and they were up 3-0 in the third, but Spain came back. So now the officials are telling the Japanese players they have to step on the field to resume play here in the second set. So second set of action here, as they will try and seal it for this team that fought till the end of the first set, but Japan did not look quite as sharp as everyone expected as they take the field again here for the second set. So here we go. Second set of action ready to begin. As that ball just squirts away from the fielder and now from the first baseman. As we are starting this second set with some fireworks for Venezuela quickly. As Navarro was the first batter for Venezuela, and now over there trying to make a play, and being retired is Nayarit Moreno. So here is Salazar now, an opportunity for players that did not get some playing time in the first set. The ball just sticks there in the middle of the infield, and a run is in for Venezuela. Safe at second there, and quickly on top once again. This Venezuela team that has shown just no fear whatsoever. So Navarro scores. There is Salazar, and here comes Maria Mesa. And a grounder that cannot be handled, so now runners at the quarters. Only one away. And here's Portelis. Nice job there, the flip to second, and there is the second out, but another run will score here. Salazar coming in from third base. Retired is Portelis. So Denis Mar is out, but two runs in already, down the line, and that ball skips away from the diving attempt there from the Japanese player as he stays there on the field. A bit frustrated, of course, after that play, Yudai Hoshi. But that's another hit. Two runs in already. Venezuela once again starting off quick. Moreno with a ground ball. Nobody reaches for the ball. Portelis thinking about sprinting to home plate, but it's going to be a bases loaded 2-out scenario here for Venezuela. And here comes Salazar. Mesa at third, Navarro at second, Moreno at first. Two runs in already here in this one. Venezuela already up a set. Here is Salazar. That's a strong contact. And no play once again for the Japanese defense. Two more runs scored. Mesa and Navarro. That's a 4-0 ball game here in the second set. So Venezuela, after winning the first one 11-7, already up here with 4 runs. They scored 5 times in the first inning of the first set. Here's Mesa, single and scored her first time around in this set. Slow roller to first, and that is the out, as stepping on the bag was Morimoto. But damage done. Damage done. So 4 runs here for Venezuela. 4-0, and here comes Japan to bat. For Japan, Hirano leading off. Then coming to bat Morimoto, her first appearance in this game, and then Suhiro. Hoshi and Hiruta rounding up this team. Hirano, the ground ball there. The throw to first, bobbled and not in time, so that's a single for Hirano. And Japan needing desperately base runners to try and come back. And this one, it was a tough hill to climb for them in the first set. And this time, well, looks like it's pretty much the same thing. Taking advantage there of the wall, and a good play by Moreno, flipping to first. So that's an out. Hirano advancing to second, but that's a good play by Moreno. Here's Suhiro now. Slow roller down the first base line. They apply the tags. She is retired. And Hoshi comes to bat with Hirano at third. Can Hoshi bring Hirano home? That's a big run when you think about it. I mean, this is a quick game, and it can quickly can get out of hand. The soft touch, the throw to first, and the out completed in a very good play between Portelis and Mesa. So they leave a runner on. It's 4-0 Venezuela after 1. As the afternoon sky here in Tepic, Nayarit starts to fall. In the 2025 edition of the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. So glad that you are here with us on the WBSC's YouTube channel. All the games for free all around the world. You won't want to miss the action. The flip to first, and a nice play there by Hoshi. So 1 away here to start the second, as Portelis is retired. And here comes Dayerlin Moreno. And over there, the throw to first, safe, says the umpire. So it's Navarro, at the end, reaching there. And now here comes Moreno. On deck, Salazar. So one out, but a runner on here for Venezuela. Already up 4-0. That's a line drive, caught. What a play by Morimoto, and then she steps on the bag and completes the double play all by herself. A 1-2-3 second inning. Boy, can Japan feed off that one. They need momentum to go on their way. Hiruta now to lead things off for Japan here in the second, down 4 runs. Slow ground ball, Gamboa, the throw to first, and that is the out. 1 away here in the second. Good defense, very good defense by this Venezuelan team. You see the replay there, the flip, and a nice job by Portelis keeping her foot on the base. Hirano here now. Hirano with a strong contact, the throw to first. Safe, says the umpire, so Hirano on a single. And here comes Morimoto. Morimoto with good defense an inning ago. And you see that left foot by Hirano staying on that white area, still part of the bag on first base. That's going to be an out, says the umpire at first base, or the first base official, if you will, Ruben Baena. as the ball hit the line, and that's going to be an automatic out. Or is it? No, retired then is Hirano after what we've seen. Okay, so Hirano's retired. 2 away as Hirano stepped off the bag. Okay, and here, multiple to line drive, and on a hop to throw to first, and a quick 1-2-3 inning here for Venezuela. Boy, they are looking real good. Here comes Salazar in Venezuela on offense. 4-0 heading into the third now. Things are not looking good for Japan. Still a lot of baseball here to be played, but Venezuela's looking real good on defense, and they have capitalized when they had chances on offense. Salazar here to lead things off in third for a fearless Venezuela team. The ball ricochets off Oshie and all the way to second base is Salazar. So a leadoff hit there for Venezuela. As we said, they are at 1-0 just like Japan. Japan came back to beat Turkey. And for Venezuela, well, Fiji forfeited their game, so they have a W to show for as well, but they are very talented, and they are showing it here. Bobbled, and just no throw to first. Another run will score. Coming in is Salazar. Going to second base, Mesa. Wow, another run. It's 5-0. Still nobody out. Denismar Portelis. That was tough, but they get the out. Mesa all the way to third. That's the first out of the inning, and here comes Navarro once again. As we said, Venezuela got the first set by holding on after scoring 5 times in the first inning to start the game. They ended up winning it 11-7. Slow roller, no play for Japan. Another run scores. Navarro to first, and now, boy, it's 6-0. To dangerous territory here because of the run difference rule. We will get to that in a second. Tayerlin Moreno on the bounce, no play again. A tough one to pick up there for Hoshi. So runners at first and second now. Wow. So 2 on, 1 away. Here is Salazar. Good contact there. But the throw to first, and they get the out. They do not get the out at the plate, so another run is in. So Salazar retired. Navarro scores. And Moreno all the way to third. That's the 7th run for Venezuela. Slow contact, the throw to first, safe. Wow, an 8-run in. Mesa reaching, and here is Portelis. So Denismar Portelis looking to extend this inning. Good contact there. It squirts away from the fielder. No chance. 2 on. And 2 outs. And now at the end, they're going to say that there was some contact on the line there. Okay. So that's going to be an automatic out at the end. Add 4 more to the scoreboard. It's 8-0. That's an out. What a way to start things here in the third. Defensively for Venezuela, we were just mentioning that they were looking real good so far. Shutting out Japan. Mesa had a chance, but quickly, and you can tell the experience and the alertness from Ricardo Salazar, the number 14 on the back of his white jersey for Venezuela, just quickly telling Mesa, hey, you're on your knees. He's very quick, just no reason to throw and rush it, maybe avoid disaster, avoid a scenario where the runner can probably reach all the way to second base. We already have one out. Let's keep the double play in order. Slow roller, the only play at first. Nice flip there for the out. So Leota's retired, and here comes Hirano. But Venezuela with basic fundamentals being applied here, as you see the replay there. And here comes Japan. 2 away here in the bottom of the third. It's 8-0 Venezuela on top. Could not be handled cleanly, and taking advantage of that and going all the way to third is Hirano, to second, excuse me, and to third now is Hoshi. So 2 on, 2 out here. Couple of runners in scoring position for Japan. Morimoto to bat. Morimoto was the last out of the second. Let's see here in the third. Line drive could not be caught cleanly, but the flip to first. And a nice job there by Salazar for the out. Still Japan scoreless here in the second set. 8-0 Venezuela. So here is the run difference rule for you. Let's remember, after 4 innings, if a team is up by 10 runs, if they can record, of course, 3 defensive outs, that is the inning and the game, in essence, for this tournament, the set. Venezuela's up 8-0. If they were to score 2 more times, they would only need 3 more outs to finish the game in 4 innings, avoiding to play, of course, a 5th inning. The run difference rule also applies for a 15-run differential after 3 innings. That is not the case this time. And of course, here in the 4th, Navarro and Venezuela will look to add on. Ground ball, the throw to first is late, so that's going to be another hit. And here's Dayerlin Moreno. That is huge. Can you imagine Japan being run difference? Boy, Moreno with a strong contact. Again, trouble there fielding it cleanly is Stainio. And 2 runners on with nobody out. Here comes Salazar. Big spot. As we mentioned, this game could end early. Strong contact there. The flip to first is late, and the bases are loaded for Venezuela. We said at the beginning of this broadcast that we were expecting Venezuela to create situations where they could score early enough, and that has been the case. They scored in every inning but the 5th in the first set. And here, in every inning but the 2nd in the second set. The flip to first, that's an out. No chance at home plate. So Navarro scores. Retired is Mesa, and here comes Portelis. Runners advance the base, and it's 9-0. Portelis. Good contact again. A run is in. No chance to get an out. Moreno scores. Portelis to first. Salazar reaches all the way to third, and it's a fun sport, ladies and gentlemen, and a lot of camaraderie and a lot of sportsmanship, as we see there at third base. Both Salazar and Hoshi having a laugh. That's the whole point of this. Everyone enjoying the sport. The flip to first, that's safe, and Salazar scores. One more. Navarro reaches. 11-0 the score, so 3 outs away Venezuela from a win. Ground ball, the throw to third is off. It gets away. It was not a good throw. The idea was good, just the execution way off. And once again, the bases are loaded. Here is the dangerous Salazar. Mesa on deck. 11-0 Venezuela in the second set. That ball hits off the fence there, so that's an automatic out. By rule, it has to bounce in between the lines, of course. So still bases loaded, but now 2 away. And here is Maria Mesa. If a ball on a line drive hits the wall or it clears it, there's no such thing as a home run like that. Of course, an inside the park home run may happen. But in this case, it's an automatic out if it hits off the wall. Slow roller to first. Stepping on the bag is Morimoto. And they leave him loaded, but they scored 3 more times. Boy, Venezuela's just playing on point right now. It's 11-0, and they just need 3 more outs. And they could still allow 1 run to end this game in 4. Let's see if that's the case. Morimoto was the last out. As now a conversation there by people on the table. Daniel has come in the game for Suhirio. As we will take a quick peek at the other game being played right now. Here on field 1, just a few steps from where we are, Kenya took the first set against Korea 7-2, and they lead the second set 3-1. So they are also looking for a 2 straight set victory. As we see home plate official Caridad Quiñones speaking with table official Francisco Rivera, just to make sure of everything. Of course, you can catch every game, all the action from the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup live from Nayarit, the 2025 edition of this tournament. It's a fun game. Everyone is in attendance, cheering, waiting for excitement, or either creating their own on the stands. And of course, the players, they want to win, but they've shown a lot of sportsmanship, a lot of camaraderie. And ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun so far. With still a few games left here in day 1 from Parque La Loma in Tepic, Nayarit. The second edition of this Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. The first one being played, of course, in Turkey 2 years ago. Cuba has won it all. They won that tournament, beating France in the final. Mexico earned a bronze medal. And in the other 2 Baseball 5 World Cups at the senior level, also Cuba has won them. The first one in Mexico City back in 2022, and last year in Hong Kong. Again, it was Cuba with the win. So, as this meeting continues, later on here tonight, Spain and Cuba. Boy, that's going to be a fun game. Group B action, of course. Please stay with us. Later on today, just past 5:30 local time to start for that one. And Tunisia and Lithuania will play in field 1. And to cap it all off later tonight, Syria, the refugee team from Syria, against Mexico that came back to beat Lithuania earlier today in 3 sets. So stay tuned and be sure to subscribe and follow the WBSC and their different multimedia platforms on social media. Of course, all the information on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, you name it, we're everywhere. And subscribe to the WBSC's YouTube channel so you can watch and catch all the action from the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup live from Nayarit, Mexico. Interesting that Mexico has hosted already a couple of Baseball 5 tournaments, the first ever Senior World Cup and this Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. So the sport has been growing little by little all around the world and very popular now in Mexico, of course. As that meeting continues there, we will let you know that tomorrow the action will begin early on 9 p.m. France and Puerto Rico. Then we will have Mexico and Tunisia. Kenya, Spain. That's going to be a great, great game. Plenty of first round action. Let's remember that we have 4 groups in this tournament. As it stands right now, and with the results that we had in the first part of day 1, Mexico and Tunisia undefeated in Group A. Lithuania and Syria at 0-1. In Group B, Cuba and Spain undefeated. They will meet in a few minutes here inside this beautiful, beautiful park. Kenya looking for their first win against Korea. They sit at 0-1, both of those teams, but Kenya's looking good right now. So in the meantime, you can flip to the other game right here. The WBSC YouTube channel. You can just pop another window and listen to Craig Durham on the call for that game going on right now, so you can catch all the action simultaneously from Tepic, Nayarit. Japan, of course, they will look to capture a second game for them. Chinese Taipei also, as they will look for a victory to try and avoid after losing their first game. Of course, that will be huge for them. France, they are at 1-1. Puerto Rico at 1-1. That's Group D. And as we said, from Group C, Japan, Venezuela looking for a second victory. Turkey, and sadly, we've talked about how Fiji could not make it, so Fiji has forfeited their games, which to many had a lot to do with some doubts as we were waiting to see this Venezuela team. But so far, they have answered every question as they look real good, especially defensively, and they have come up clutch, of course, offensively also against this very talented Japan team. So we will update those standings as the games go on and as the schedule moves on, as they're still taking a look there at some issues there. And we will take a quick look at the world rankings for Baseball 5. Cuba, of course, the #1 team in the nation and in the country, and of course in the world. Japan, the #2 team in the world and #1 in the continent. France, the #3 team in the world and the #1 in Europe. And then comes the #4, Chinese Taipei. Tunisia, they lead Africa, and they, of course, are the #5 team in the world. Mexico coming in at #6. Venezuela, #7. Lithuania, #8. Korea, #9. China, sadly, did not make it here either. #10. Kenya, #11. South Africa, #12. Those are the top 12 teams. Interesting enough for Spain, they looked good in their comeback win earlier today. They are the #13 country in the world. Turkey, #14. The top 14 teams. So we will try and give you all the updated results once the tournament is over, because of course everything that happens here in this huge Baseball 5 World Cup will have to do directly with points towards the world rankings. In the meantime, these two teams will regroup as Venezuela has a 11-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th against Japan. They beat Japan in the first set 11-7. In beautiful Tepic, Nayarit, inside Parque La Loma. Of course, we just talked about how Cuba is the defending world champion. 16 teams playing in this World Cup, divided in 4 groups of 4 countries. Everyone was really, really excited to be part of this Baseball 5 World Cup. As we said, the WBSC launched Baseball 5 back in 2017, but it wasn't until 5 years later that we saw the first World Cup being played in Mexico City. And also interesting to mention that this Youth Baseball 5 World Cup, it's not a qualifier for the Youth Olympic Games to be played in Dakar in Senegal next year. So that's important to keep an eye on. This has no implications for that qualifying tournament. So still something to keep in mind, the Youth Olympic Games for everyone to keep an eye on. The tournament as we know it, of course, and everyone knows it, but we will review that for you. 4 days of competition. Today, day 1. Tomorrow, the second day of action. Of course, Friday, day 3. We will have action for the super round, for the placement round. And, of course, everything finishing on Saturday night, as a lot of stars here in hand for the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. People from all over the world enjoying the World Cup, coming just to watch the tournament and enjoying this beautiful, beautiful sport, as the officials are still debating over an issue there. And look at that scene there, with a crowd in hand, having a great time, as Venezuela looks to capture a win here in the second set and win it over Japan in straight sets. So glad that you guys are with us. The Youth Baseball 5 World Cup, as we can tell you, is ready for a third edition for 2027. We're still waiting for an official host nation, but stay tuned to the WBSC's official platforms and social media, and of course the webpage, WBSC.org. It has been a year full of events, and boy, it's going to be another one next year. We have plenty to show for. Of course, U15 Baseball World Cup. We're going to have U23s, softball, women's baseball, the first round of the World Cup. And just a quick sneak peek for all of you tuning in for next year, so that everyone can prepare, of course. We have the men's softball World Cup. As we said, the women's softball World Cup. So men's and women's. The women's baseball World Cup at the group stage, as well as the group stage for the Women's Baseball World Cup, Group A, B, and C. The U23s, qualifiers for the Premier 12. So just a lot to look for in 2026. So we are set to continue. It's 11-0. And here is Irano with a ground ball to Mesa. The throw after the bobble and cannot be held on there at first base. So we see there coming as a pinch hitter there, Dino. So Tanya reaches for Suhiro. And now a similar result after this one. So 2 runners on now, as Venezuela will look for 3 outs, and at the worst case scenario for them, allowing just 1 run to try and end this one quick. Here is Hiruta, and a ground ball. That's an out, says the umpire. So the runners will be heading back to their original bases. So took 2 quick outs there. comes Tirano. Mesa, the first, and that's an out. And ladies and gentlemen, they just need one more put out. And here comes Morimoto. Venezuela, an out away from a huge win to stay atop of their group at 2-0 and beating Japan, the number 2 team in the world. A bouncer stepping on the line, and that's an automatic out. Ladies and gentlemen, Venezuela shutting out Japan in the second set to claim a huge victory, 2-1. They beat Japan in the first one 11-7, and they shut out the second set in 4 innings. They beat Japan 11-0, and they get the win here. That's a huge, huge win as Venezuela stays on top in their group. Wow, what a game. They remain undefeated, the only undefeated team in Group C, and Venezuela will sleep very, very calmly as they are nearing a spot in the Super Round. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more action of the WBSC. We are just a few minutes away from a huge game between Spain and Cuba, and later on tonight, Tunisia and Lithuania, and Syria and Mexico. Stick along for the action. In a few minutes then, it's Spain and Cuba. It's a great, great game and a great tournament. It's the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. I'm Tony Alvarez saying so long for now. We will hear each other in a few minutes.